Issachip. People share their secret anonymously, like episode 25. I guess my favorite.
So my secret is I used to.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not bold enough to ever do something like this, bro. Y'all gotta miss me with this. I'm not sharing my secret, bro. It's a secret for a reason. It gotta go to the grave, bro.
Date a really famous actor. We were super involved and saw each other every day for almost a year, and then I found out he was married.
Nah, bro, some body cams, bro.
The story got picked up from everywhere. I had all types of news sources hitting me up for the story, and I went ghost completely because I was very nervous and scared and like didn't want the spotlight, and completely have changed my name that I go by to disassociate myself with this person. I had no idea. We saw each other every day. It was very intense. It was very, very intense. We almost had a child together. It was super intense.
Who is this?
Okay. My secret is I still have my married ex-boyfriend's location and I follow him around the world like a little Pokemon.
What?
Pew, pew, pew.
I have 2 buttholes. It's genetic and one's not functioning, but
how does that work, bruh? But the response is so good. How does that work though?
It's there.
Yeah. Back up, bro. You make me uncomfortable.
My secret is that when there's certain people I don't like, I actually create them on my Sims game and make their lives miserable, and that's how I get closure and move on with my life.
That's different. I feel like a lot of people.
My secret that I don't tell anybody is that I secretly stare at people and I envision what their life is like. I come up with whole stories, come up with backgrounds, who they might know. And then after I'm done with that, I try to astro project my body into theirs, because I have some weird need to know how people think, how they're living, what they're doing. I don't know, it's so strange. And I feel like the first time it happened, I was a child. I was coming home from school and I suddenly felt like my body was in the car next to me. So I believe it's real.
Bro, can't move, bro. So your definition of Sandra,
I think I could be gay or bisexual, but I would never, at this point in my life, try and pursue to think that that's even, whether that's even true. I think I'm too afraid to know whether it's true or not, because of all the things that I would have to deal with if it were true.
Bro, we get it, bro.
My secret is that I still love my ex-husband, even though I divorced him, and he begged me not to divorce him, but you know.
Sandra's is showing you, yo, oh my gosh, bro, like, back up, bro. Oh my god, bro, like. Yo, is it Inky? Appreciate the follow.
You know, I could tell he was unhappy, and sometimes I regret that decision. This was 19 years.
So I just get back with him, bro. He still probably wants you.
My secret is that I'm not as a social person or as an easygoing person as I think I am. I've known my friends for about like 10 years now, and this group of friends that I'm referring to, they're the most extroverted people I've ever met in my whole life. They easily attract people, and when you're around friends who attract other people, I guess I kind of feel like I also had something to do with that. When you have extroverted friends as an introverted person, you don't think that you're an introverted person. When I look back on the times of the new people I've met, you know, the interactions I've had in my life, it's always been with my friends there. I don't have the same openness or welcomeness as they have, and that's something I
So because he doesn't know how to be extroverted, he's gay? What are you
miss
chatting
about my
about?
friends, and I really am, I guess, in a way, disappointed in myself that I might have lied myself into thinking I was that kind of person as well.
Like guess, bro.
When I was younger in elementary school, I was in like 2nd grade, and we used to do assemblies in the beginning of school and do the pledge. And you know, it gets silent after the pledge, and I farted really, really loud. And then I turned, and they was like, who is that? And I turned around, I was like, B, why would you do that? And it was a dude behind me, and they all started laughing. And then I just, you know, went on about my day.
I pride myself on being a very honest person.
Yeah, why you just throw this shit?
Once when I was in a relationship, I went on a solo trip to Thailand and I kissed a person other than my partner. And
Bro, I've never done nothing like that in my life. I do a wadi talking. Bro. Come on.
I never told him the truth.
I guess I just turned 14.
No, it ended because of my trust issues.
I sell feet pics on Twitter and have 8,000 followers. It's pretty successful when I'm active on it. You can make a few grand a month doing it. I do accounting and HR.
I think I know.
It's vacation money. Yeah. Vacation foot money.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
Okay, my secret is that I really don't like dogs. I think they're really annoying. I feel like it makes people assume that I have like wayward morals because I don't want a dog to run up to me and like lick my face and jump all over me. But I care about them deeply as sentient beings. I just don't want them
I like dogs, bro. I just don't like Autumn, bro. I just hate Autumn. Bro. Like, all dogs are great. Like, every dog that I've met loves me except my dog, bro. So that's why I have a problem with Autumn, bro.
Hear me.
Is Gaten love dogs?
Pretend, though. I just am like,
Autumn cool?
I used to pretend to fit in.
Alright, bro. That's what everybody say, bro. Feel like I told you a cleaner? Bro, I do, bro.
Sorry.
I stopped after a while.
A long time ago, I read my ex's journal and found some incriminating things in there, but I couldn't bring them up because I had to lie and pretend like I never read it. So I felt betrayed too, in a sense, even though looking back, it was very minor on his part. I have never read someone's journal again because I felt like I did this one thing and it felt wrong and I knew it felt wrong.
Minor what?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Dang, why she blur his name out?
Okay, I guess the secret that I have is I don't really like LA all that much. Maybe it's just a place, or maybe I'm just unhappy with my life. But I left my old life in San Diego, and
he ducking the stream, bro. He ducking the stream. And why you telling me to tell me to pull up, yo? Like, yo, this is why I don't be pulling up when he tell me to pull up, bro. What is he? Bro, you be trying to get me, bro. Seeing it, bro. Y'all seeing it?
I guess in an outward appearance, it looks like I'm having a much better life. It's a secret because I don't want to admit that I'm having a hard time. Post-grad life and living here is not very easy.
Yo, what are you talking about?
To walk forward.
So I like make travel a big part of my life, but every time I go somewhere else outside of my house, I count down the days till I'm back in my house. I always think I should enjoy traveling more and like I want to do these things, but by the time I'm actually there, I'm like, damn, I wish I was home, you know? So I guess the grass isn't always greener. I'll just walk away.
I'll show your audience, I guess.
So my secret is that I always wished that my middle name was my first name. It seems like a fancier name to me, and I think when I was a kid, I just was feeling generally unhappy, and I thought if I had been named my middle name, that maybe my life would be different, better, more interesting, fancier.
A very large part of me wants everything in society and the economy and the world structure to absolutely implode and destroy itself so that we can go back to living on communes and sharing our secrets and our skills.
What is she chatting about, bro? I stopped listening halfway because she just started yapping, but like generally, what is she talking about? I gotta rewind this to see because like I'm lost.
Absolutely implode and destroy itself so that we can go back to living on
communes and sharing our secrets and our skills and our lives with each other and living with love instead of placing all of our importance on money and status and bullshit that doesn't matter. And maybe we should also start learning how to cook and clean and make our own clothes again.
So she's.
So when I was 2 or 3 years old, my father threw me against a wall. And I remember waking up later that day, and the rest of my family, my 2 sisters and my mom, were packing all the bags while my dad was at work. We were gone for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We eventually all got back together, but I want to tell him that he shouldn't feel bad. 'Cause I know he feels bad. I know he does. And I want to be able to tell him that he doesn't need to. Being a parent's probably a pretty hard job. I'm not saying what he did was right, but I want him to know that we're okay. I've never talked to anybody about this except for 2 people in my entire life. Nobody in my immediate family. They all know. It's like this unspoken thing.
What, bro?
So yeah, that's my secret.
I'm not gonna make the nigga knock out after hitting him against a wall. Like what?
I don't really have any. I like airing my shit out. I can't think of a single thing that I would need to hide from anybody.
So why do you touch the mic?
If I'm hiding stuff from people, I'm hiding myself from myself. I got 4 years sober, and for a long time I was trying to run away from myself, hide things and lie. When I gave that up, tried to stop controlling stuff, it just doesn't matter. Like, anybody can know anything about me, and of course, I'd sit there and be like, oh, like, I wonder what they think about me, but at the end of the day, I'm free and it's off my shoulders. It doesn't really matter anymore. And like, with that freedom, I'm able to really just be myself for once in my life, and I'm content with that. Like, I don't have to sit in the mirror and judge, so fuck secrets, man. They only bring you down.
I guess that's an inspirational message to end off the video. Yeah, I was about to say they gotta end the video off like that. There's nothing wrong with having secrets. Not everybody needs to know everything, bro.
It's a YSL. It's a PDE. That's my old team. It's a TBT.